Hello everyone. I hope you're doing well. I am Supriya Anchan from the Technology Advisory team at Nextime. We are running a series of podcasts themed Women in Technology with the aim of connecting with women across the globe, making a difference in their area of work. I am joined today by Tara Madden, Director Business Transformation at Invenergy, a leading privately held global developer and operator of sustainable energy solutions. Tara graduated from the University of Dayton with a degree in finance. Over her 20-year career, she moved through several different roles before landing in IT. Her vast experience has helped her form into a knowledgeable leader in both within IT and business. Welcome to this podcast, Tara. It's a pleasure to have you with us today.
Hi, Supriya. It's great to be here.
Tara, you started off your academics in finance and today you are in IT. What would you say are your areas of specialization?
So currently I'm the Director of Business Transformation, which partners with IT for change management and process improvements via technology or process automation. My background, as you mentioned, is in finance. I started in my career in finance, but over time shifted into process analysis and then business analysis in the IT department. I took a job managing a group of BAs in the IT department, which kind of led me to this new business transformation role that I'm in right now. As far as my specialties, I think it's one of those. I think my specialty is that I have a lot of specialties. So I know about, because I've done so many different jobs in my career. I've done process management, I've done finance, I've done IT. I can really speak to the business and the IT side of the world and kind of marry the two together to be more successful in our implementations.
Wow, Tara, I think that's an amazing space to be in. The ability to understand IT and then speak to business in a language such that you can get IT and business on the same platform so that each can leverage from the benefit of the other is really challenging. Apart from this, I understand that probably your foray into technology was gradual since you've done so many different profiles that you would have handled across your career. What are the challenges that you've faced? From a personal experience as well as from the work point of view?
Yeah, I think that for me, a lot of the challenge has come with balancing my professional and personal life with my, I have 3 children. I've had a lot of very demanding jobs that have required extensive travel, late nights, things of that nature. Which, I don't regret having done any of that. I've enjoyed every aspect of my career, but there have certainly been times where trying to find that balance between family and work has been a struggle. And it's something that I continue to work on to this day, is finding that correct balance.
Absolutely true, Tara. Whether we are in technology or out of it, the challenges of being able to maintain the work-life balance is very difficult, especially, when you're a mother, you have kids to cater to, you have your office, again, which is demanding. Again, you have to find that fine balance. So these are the challenges that we have to, one has to face while they want to make a career as well for themselves. How have you managed to maintain this work-life balance while excelling at your work?
So one of the things I think I learned very early on was that sometimes you have to let go of your, or lower your expectations in certain areas. When I first had kids, I was a little bit manic about the birthday parties and the, Christmas cards and all of the, doing all of the different things and making everything so perfect and everything always tidy and clean. And, at some point I had to kind of just say, it's okay. If tonight I don't get to do the laundry, I'll catch up tomorrow. That's okay. Or, on the work side, sometimes I'll have to say, I'm going to turn it off today because my family needs me right now, and I'm not going to keep going tonight. And I've kind of developed, I think, the courage over the course of my career, which I think comes with confidence to really set my own boundaries and let my coworkers and my management know what to expect in terms of when I'll be working and when I won't be working. And then, also just at home, making sure that, we're all chipping in, getting the kids to participate around the house, which is easier now that they're older. When they were younger, that wasn't always the case. But, I think a lot of it's just making compromises, on both sides of the fence.
True, Tara. And probably at times it's okay to kind of let go. It's okay to take a couple of steps back. You don't really have to achieve perfection every time in all these aspects. There are some days which you will have to accept, saying, this is how it's going to be. So let me take a step back. Let me kind of step back and breathe.
Right. Yeah, I find a lot of women in these types of fields like IT or finance tend to be very high functioning, very high performance people who, as a part of that, you tend to be your harshest critic as well. So I think to the point of letting go and not, expecting perfection, being okay with failing at things every now and again, learning from those instances versus beating yourself up for them is really important. And it's an important way to grow as a person too.
Tara, today you're heading one of the leading organizations in sustainable energy. What are the challenges that you have faced, probably recently, being a woman leader? What are the challenges that you face specifically?
The energy industry in whole is somewhat male dominated. There are not a lot of females in leadership positions in this industry. I think it's something that we're getting better at. I think it's something that we're working to accomplish more of, more diversity, gender diversity, more race diversity as well. So I think that the industry as a whole is making strides in the right direction. As far as my personal challenges of being a woman in a leadership role, at times there have been people who maybe underestimated my knowledge in a certain subject area, or might look at me as if I'm not going to be as competent as maybe a male counterpart might be. I feel like I almost enjoy those times because I get to kind of relish in the moment of them being like, oh, she knows what she's talking about. And then, you get that sort of satisfaction of, don't underestimate me. Like, don't do that because you'll be wrong. And I think that, again, as you build your confidence throughout your career and that you know what you're talking about, that you can, start having that and stand behind it. I think a lot of women, and I don't know if you've ever heard the term imposter syndrome. A lot of women have this feeling that they don't actually belong, that they're not as good as what they really are, and that they, don't deserve to be in their position. And that's just often case not true at all. And we should really be proud of ourselves for making it to where we are, not ever feel like we didn't earn it, right?
Very true, Tara. I think we all probably have those days when we think maybe we're not good enough, we don't deserve something, but we need to shake ourselves from that thought and kind of say, this is what it is, and I need to move ahead in this fashion. And like you very rightly said, critics are are people whom you'll always meet along the way. You probably just need to take a back seat, let them have their moment, and then you have a last laugh. You just let them, enjoy the short stint that they're enjoying of glory, and then you have a last laugh where they're really surprised and taken by the knowledge that you would bring on table. And that, like you rightfully said, comes with years of experience and perseverance. I'm sure it's not easy the brickbats and the challenges that you face is not going to be easy, but the perseverance and determination is what gets you going.
Absolutely. And, I feel like, I've always driven myself to learn more, learn new skills, try and find new ways to, experience my work life. I've always seeked out new opportunities to work on new technologies or new processes. And doing that really can help, will help you grow as an employee and help you become a more valuable employee to your organization if you can really expand your skill set and make an effort to do that.
Tara, can you share some final thoughts on key measures that one can take to cope with job expectations, especially in this current scenario? I mean, with the pandemic has actually opened the doors of technology and shown us the exponential value of benefits and opportunities that are there. How does one find that balance?
Yeah, the pandemic's been an interesting time, right? Because a lot of us are working from home. A lot of us are, not spending time going to the office. For me personally, it was an easier adjustment. I think I miss being in the office. I do miss having that time away. I even kind of miss my hour train ride because I used to take that to watch Netflix and unwind, right? So now I never get to watch any TV, but that's okay. But I think that, what we've kind of found coming back to the office, and now we have this more hybrid experience where we're working in person a couple days a week and at home a couple days a week, that it's actually a really good balance for me as a parent. It gets me that feeling where I can still be out of the house and be away from the family on a couple days, and then I'm here a few days, which gives me more time at home. I'd say the downside is my computer's sitting right here in my living room, in my kitchen area. So it's very easy for me to wander back to work in the evenings. If I'm, I can be drawn into something. And I think that's okay. I don't think, again, we should beat ourselves up for it. I think that if there's work to be done and it's, it's nighttime and kids are watching TV, why not? It's okay, right? But I try really hard not to make it so that I'm working all day, every day. And so that's probably the biggest challenge is being kind of drawn back into work after hours, or, I find myself get up in the morning and the first thing I do is come to my computer. It's go have a cup of coffee. You don't have to start yet. But so some of those have been challenging about working from home in the current situation. But I think all in all, we landed in a good place. And I think we all learned that we are capable of this hybrid work environment and that we can be productive working in this way. And I think the technology was a huge enabler of that, obviously, in helping us stay the course and stay successful. So it's been a strange year, but I don't think everything about it was terrible.
Absolutely. I think personally for me, Tara, this hybrid, although I'm still operating out of home, but you invariably get drawn to your computer. You hear that ping sound that pops up on your computer, and you're immediately rushing to see what's the email, what's there. So you really don't end your office hours. It's probably in the night when you're not doing anything. You might just want to just see that. So there's no end to that. But then I think that's a choice as an individual one has to make. But otherwise, this hybrid environment, I've been speaking to so many people, and they all find this as a good balance, because there are days when they want to stay back at home and kind of manage that, and days when they want to totally be in office. So this gives them that good exposure and gives them that time that is much needed.
Yeah, no, absolutely. The flexibility has been a welcome change, really. So
thank you very much, Tara, for those interesting thoughts and sharing excerpts from your journey and experience. It's been a wonderful conversation, and I'm sure our listeners will find this session to be interesting and useful. To all our listeners, thank you for being part of this podcast. I hope you enjoyed this as much as we did it in putting it together. Stay tuned for our next topic in this series with another guest. Until then, stay safe and stay inspired.